Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome. It's time for today's stream. I'm your lovely host, Kelvin. I hope everything is going well for you all today. Right. So, let me hop on into the call here. Hello.
You. Hello.
Hello.
Alright. Nope, wrong one. There. Good. Alrighty then. So, are you ready for your big week there, Gambit?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
I mean, he's thrown the tens already out of the windows.
Yeah.
Thanks for wasting all the tens, guys.
So as a cover, I'm the only one who's been normal with my rolls.
I mean, Gamma just throws 5 tens right in one roll.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
You're just oh wow.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, like I was saying, I
I
shouldn't have
didn't
done that.
scroll up that far.
Yeah, that
Oh.
was quite a roll.
Nuclear explosion up there. Got 4 exploding fucking dice. 5. Or Gambit got 5. Oh, you rolled at 9, I thought at 10.
Mm.
Well, we wish you luck.
Mhm.
Just not mine, because that doesn't exist.
After this session, it might.
It's gonna come to me instead. I'll do my best to speak well of you in Elysium when I'm talking to the fucking to the Primogen again.
Alright. With that in mind, though. Yeah, no, it's your big week, Gambit, because you attracted perhaps a little too much attention.
Accidental exploding dice works in favor for most of the time, but not all.
Alright. Well, I mean, you got yourself a mentor.
Nearly lost it.
Excluding the IRL fail there last week.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll let you take that back. It's fine. But, surely you're ready.
Yeah, to be honest, as good as it's going to be, definitely.
Right. So you do have a slight advantage, and I've allowed you to take some time. Normally you'd have to submit this beforehand, but what exactly do you plan to take a formal examination on? Name your subject.
It would be my strongest skill, so of the occult variety.
All right. Feel free to, you know.
So within that, it would be artifacts.
Okay.
Magic and artifacts.
Unfortunately, that's not a university topic.
Oh, I was thinking more as the vizier.
Is here as what I am.
You know what? I'm personally then not sure. Yeah, like I was saying earlier on the chat, it was like, out of everything, it's bugger all you can find on the exactities.
Well, I mean, you could, it's like, there isn't, like, any university courses just like ancient artifacts. You would take, say, ancient Egyptian, something.
Ah, okay, so literally like the ancient Egyptian, what's it called? Like their gods and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no. Anything in particular?
If there's anything like Egyptian artifacts or Egyptian, I don't know the exact words, something to do with their, what's it called? Like the tools and things that they used within their occult area, what we would call now.
Alright. You will take it on a study of the ancient Egyptian afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
Which will indeed cover embalming tools and everything else, if you think you can handle it.
Yeah, as good as it's going to be.
Alright, then. Well, either way then, send your blood point to wake up for the big night.
And away we go.
Mm-hmm. It's shortly after you wake up that you receive a phone call from a boss.
I shall greet him courteously, ready for the big day.
And he says, "Good. I'm glad you're already ready. I'm going to be coming to pick you up in about 30 minutes.
Thank you very much. I shall prepare all my things, and I shall meet you outside.
Good. And I need not remind you what is at stake for you this evening."
Yes, I shall try my utmost to bring pride to the Assamite clan.
He hangs up. And, before too long, he does finally arrive after you've successfully completed your morning or evening routine. You've made yourself look presentable, gotten dressed.
I'll remove all of my tasers and tasers. Don't want to be walking into a place with those. There we go. And I'll take that per defect.
So, there's a knock at the door. And when you open it, the familiarly large and intimidating bearded Arab man stands before you. He has a bit of a dejected look on his face.
Oh. Greetings, sir. How do you do on this pleasant day?
Not well. I've recently found out who your examination team will be.
Oh no, my nerves are already high.
Hmm.
I do hope it would be a not
Unfortunately, he sighs as you step out. Clan Asimite is not immune to internal strife and politics.
Ah, I see.
And me patronizing you and taking you under the wing to introduce you to the clan has inevitably resulted in people just disliking you for really nothing you've ever done.
I shall try my best to bring you honor then.
Yeah. You wander on into his car and drive off into the night. You're not sure where you're going, but before long you're on Queen Street, heading for the downtown core.
Never to be seen again.
Maybe.
You're not meant to say that.
Depends how bad you do.
Just send a quick text. If I don't return, you'll find me in a dumpster somewhere.
No, they won't.
You won't find me at all, more like.
Exactly.
Wire me your money first. Give me resources free.
The city is ever active as you pass through the downtown core. And before too long, you end up at Ryerson University. It's definitely the younger, smaller stepchild of the University of Toronto, which is a good amalgamation for the presence of the Assamites in the shadow of the Tremere.
Dirty Tremere.
And you end up parking on the side of the street as he gets out of the gets out of the car. And he says, "This is your first time visiting the headquarters, isn't it?"
Yes, it is. It's more magnificent than I thought it was going to be.
They're tallish, I should say. It's not like we're in New York here. There's tall buildings to either side of you, 3 or 4 stories tall. Banners hang throughout the streets. Ryerson. And, he beckons you underneath an arch, which leads to a ginormous enclosed garden. Although there is, no roof, it's completely surrounded by the buildings. Some of them labeled things like Students' Union. But that's not where you're headed. No. You find yourself seemingly heading towards the theater.
Ah.
And you walk up to the building. Before too long, you find yourself then having to climb a few flights of stairs. And things get interesting as you hear for the first time since entering the campus another voice. Finally, he opens the door and does not walk in first.
Oh, is this where I have to walk in first? Well, with a slight cough, I straighten myself up, making myself look presentable, and I shall step through while saying thank you.
He doesn't say anything. And he allows you to walk through into a room which you quickly learn isn't quite a room, but a stage.
Ho-ho. Are there many other people on the stage as well, or is it just me?
It's just you. The spotlight is glaring. You can feel its heat. The red curtains have already been drawn, and 3 people sit in the audience, front and center.
Slightly concerned, I bow courteously to them.
Yeah, they all appear to be of Middle Eastern descent. One wearing a Sikh turban. Without even identifying them as vampires, it takes a practically minimal guess to figure out that they're your examination committee.
Ah, I see. My guess is some sort of masters or higher.
It's very likely. You haven't, been properly introduced into the pyramid. Maybe you'll learn their pyramid. Wrong clan. Into the council's scrolls. So perhaps if you can successfully prove yourself here, you'll have the honor of learning their names.
So at the moment, am I less than an aspirant or currently an aspirant?
You're currently an aspirant, yes.
Yeah.
You are someone who merely simply aspires.
Aspires to be a somebody.
Yep. But pass this exam and gain the formal rank and recognition of an associate. And people might actually give a shit about you.
Pluses and negatives.
Alright. So, with that in mind, the one on the left stands up and introduces himself as Biljan Sama. Omani by descent, follower of the Ibadi faith. And that he will be conducting the first portion of your examination. The other 2 are just silently watching.
I acknowledge him and slightly bow my head and say, "Greetings, dear sir."
Curiously, you do note something about this, though. Besides the turban, all 3 of them are wearing identical clothing. A simple white robe.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
Do I have a way of knowing why, or is that above my pay
Above your
grade?
station.
Yeah.
And, before too long, the questions begin.
So it begins.
Roll for me Intelligence Occult, as they begin to go over more basic things on the Egyptian gods.
Does it have anything to do with?
Artifacts? No.
No, that's alright, so just 9.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, exploding dice. It's okay?
Yeah. You You manage to slowly answer your way through it. Alright, but something unexpected occurs. It would appear that Abbas attempts to draw your attention at a particular moment, whilst you also see movement from the committee. Roll Wits Composure to try and figure out what's going on.
I will use a willpower if that's okay.
Yes, it is.
6. 2 successes.
Right. But what? A willpower is 3 extra dice. You had 5 dice to roll.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was the old system. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. So 2 extras.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always keep forgetting that. There we go.
So, you managed to just barely split your attention. It looks as if though somebody on the examination committee is about to throw something at you. And Abbas is tossing you a sword.
Okay.
Roll Dexterity Athletics to catch the sword.
Can I help him?
Oh boy. Can I burn a single blood point to add to my strength?
You probably don't need strength here.
I mean, dexterity, sorry.
Alright, yes, that you can do. That's fine. Do you have
And-
celerity? No, he does not.
Because I don't have athletics, is it minus anything?
-1.
-1.
So it's just as normal then. 3.
Yep.
By the way, what's the difference between not having celerity and having celerity when doing?
It would be
The-
potential extra dexterity.
Oh,
Hmm.
Alright. So, you catch what appears to be a finely made Persian scimitar. And, yeah, of course, unsurprisingly, you stopped answering the question. To which the I keep saying want to say disciplinary committee, examination committee seems to be depressed about. Do not stop your answers. You must be both of sharp mind and body.
Great.
You always forget about this part of the exam.
Yep.
You're not just meant to be entirely a scholar, but a warrior scholar. And
Okay.
Before too long, you realize that a tomato has been thrown at you.
Was I able to dodge the tomato?
Well, I'd hope not.
Ah,
That would be points against you. There's a reason you were handed a sword. Also, it turns out the tomato's not heading directly at you.
that is okay.
it's like baseball with tomatoes and swords.
Yeah, basically. So, roll dexterity weaponry.
Do.
Yeah, basically fruit ninja.
Yeah. So, because I don't have weaponry,
-1. You can
It's
spend
like-
another blood point if you need to.
yeah, I think I might.
The old
What's
one
that?
stakes though, doesn't it?
Yeah, the old one stays.
Mm-hmm.
Does it not?
It does.
Yeah.
You can continue spending blood up to your generation limit +1, which is 6.
And away we go.
All right.
Just.
You managed to slice the tomato almost perfectly in half. But did you keep up your answer? Roll wits resolve.
And yes, just about.
Yeah, you kept your answer going even as the tomato was thrown at you.
Now I know roughly what's going on.
Yeah, now you're like, right. I have to keep talking about Ra and the story of Osiris in the underworld and retell it entirely from memory while also chopping fruit that's being thrown at me.
Let the games begin.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the purpose of this examination isn't as you learn just about mind, but also body.
Mind over matter.
Bit of a curveball thrown at you, but not exactly out of the ordinary for Clan Asimite. After all, hilariously, some people in master's programs have to defend their thesis by sword fighting with the committee. You should consider yourself lucky.
That I'd love to see.
Don't worry, you might just get to see it. Try not to, eh?
Yeah. Maybe after a few more points in my physical.
Alright, you finally managed to get through your retelling of Osiris in the underworld. As you managed to maintain a fairly high batting average, honestly.
As long as it's better than average.
Yeah. It's not great, but you're holding your own. You're showing you're not entirely incompetent. It's throwing you off that you have to, both chop and answer, but you're doing pretty well for yourself, all things considered. Alright.
I will always stay slightly wary though, just in case another curveball appears.
It's pretty obvious now what Abbas was speaking about.
So just by me knowing or being his underling, so to say, these guys obviously aren't too happy. Expect the worst.
Yep. So, with that in mind, the first man sits down, seemingly accepting of your knowledge of Egyptian gods and mythology.
I will do a polite bow to him.
Alright. The second one stands up. And the fruit basket is passed over.
Ooh.
This one's also not too bad for you, as you're going to have to begin reciting your knowledges and answering the questions of politics in ancient Egypt and the role of the pharaohs and the nobility.
Ah, okie dokie. That one I can do.
Roll intelligence politics.
And I will use another willpower.
Alright.
So that's another +3. Oh, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, dicey.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't have done that roll earlier.
Lock into my luck.
Yeah,
Feel free to
11
keep it.
1. It's okay, we can work with this.
Yep. I mean, you're stuttering a little bit, but, you know.
I'll blame it on the nerves.
Alright. And before too long, the fruit starts throwing again. You still have a little more room if you want to buff up your decks again.
You know what? Yeah, I think I will. One more.
This time, it appears to be grapefruits.
May the battle continue.
It's a minus one to the roll. Grapefruits are hard to target. I don't know.
A lot better.
Yep. But the question is, can you split your focus? Roll wits resolve.
Oh boy. Think fast. No.
Alright. You find yourself having to take breaks in your answer with each chop.
Darn it, should have done willpower on that one.
Yep. It's alright. But, yeah, no. You can see the look of disappointment as you're, you know, forced to put so many gaps in your answers. And it really starts to chew up your train of thought. Your answers become less and less cohesive.
A disappointment.
Unless the section is over and they rotate the basket of fruit and the third one stands up.
I graciously bow to the second person. More thankful that it finished.
Yeah, you take your breather where you can get it. Alright.
Calm myself and ready for the next.
It's not over yet. But hey.
Not over till the steak's in the hot.
Alright. The third and final man stands up. This time the Sikh.
Readying myself. Okay.
And he says that he will be your general knowledge on Clan Assamite practitioner.
Huh. Very well.
Now, you, of course, know your basics about Clan Assamite, but you weren't expecting to be quizzed on this.
No. Especially with me being a slightly younger of the vampires. Only just before the schism. So it should be interesting.
At this point, Bass actually walks out onto the stage. And says, "And since when is that a part of these examinations?" And says, "It is a rising..." The man in the audience responds, "It's become a rising tradition amongst those who were embraced only shortly before or after the Exodus. His way of ensuring that our clan's history survives.
Ooh, okie dokie.
You know. He is then told politely to exit the stage.
I whisper them quietly to him, saying, I shall do my best for both of our honours.
Alright. So, with that in mind, we're going to need to see some intelligence academics out of you.
Yes, definitely willpowering this. Goodbye, beautiful willpower. Goodbye. 3 successes. Close.
Yeah, thankfully you managed to cobble together a fair bit of Assamite knowledge from just general history. Doesn't take too much to piece together things like the Hashashin.
Think of the general ramblings of my sire before I disowned him.
Mm-hmm. You managed to keep yourself together. But it is then when the first fruit is thrown. A grape. Harder to hit than the others.
Are there any other penalties than the one without athletics?
Weaponry, but no.
Oh, weaponry, sorry. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And can I spend a willpower on this?
You can.
Goodbye, willpower. Just about.
You were targeting 2 successes. You got 2 successes.
Oh.
Alright. So. Alright. Oh. Terrifying, disgusting, figure lends it to your light reflecting throttliness. No. But there is one final rule you may remember.
Yes, this one is definitely willpower, so I'll be down to 1. We can do this. Oh, goodness. Yes! Scraping through it by the skin of my teeth.
Mm-hmm. Alright. You hold your composure. You manage to piece together and mostly bullshit your way through this part of the exam.
Yep.
And despite the ever-escalating tensions, you pass it surprisingly with flying colors, arguably even better than the parts where you actually were supposed to know what you were talking about. Mm-hmm.
Dear bullshit, I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Specialties bullshit.
Yep. And finally, when the curtains draw after the last question. And you hear whispers on the other side.
Once the curtains are drawn and I'm out of sight from the people at the front,
Mm-hmm.
I just sit down on the stage, just relieved.
Mm-hmm. All right.
After turning to Abbas, what's he like?
He looks at you impressed, arguably. There's that look of, damn, good job. They literally cheated and you still won.
Phew.
You know Abbas is definitely going to be looking into this later.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe for a second.
I was expecting at least some kookiness from them.
He foresaw the sword play, but they managed apparently to catch even him off guard with knowing a general history of Clan Assabite. Alright. The curtain is once more drawn by the unseen assistants above.
Then I shall quickly make myself presentable again.
Mm-hmm. You stand at attention, and the Sikh man steps up from his chair and climbs onto the stage. And he offers his hand and says, "Congratulations," with a pause. "Associate. You have proven yourself a knowledgeable and skilled warrior. We hope that you continue your studies." A warrior and scholar. We hope you continue your studies.
I will bow and graciously shake the man's hand, saying thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, I will definitely be speaking with Abbas to say who the hell were they.
To which he responds, "A curious trio. Bilchan Sama, Fatapal Daka, and Sina Fathi." He responds. They are a group...
Making a note to avoid later.
Mm-hmm. They are a group of viziers.
Huh.
Who, generally have, perhaps not had the greatest relationship with the sorcerer caste.
Ah, that would explain.
Mm-hmm. Viziers often learn, blood sorcery the same as the sorcerers themselves, although the abilities they learn tend to be vastly different. The ability to communicate telepathically over long distances with others of the clan and offer advice, or transfer blood between them and other members of the clan over these great distances.
Ooh.
The degree of more hands-on magic that they tend to learn is limited. So, in the modern Knights, without as much need for this support network, there have been some bitter divides, as the sorcerer caste has been reluctant to relinquish all their secrets.
It's understandable. Quickly just send a text to the party saying, "I'm still alive. I think I may stay alive for the foreseeable future. For now."
Yep. No money for me, I see. Yeah. We've had point weapons at some point. Damn straight you do.
I have peoples for that.
Mm. But, yeah. So,
Whew.
he takes you off campus fairly quickly, and you know, seems to have a smile on his face. To which he responds, "I'm very pleased with what you did tonight. You have proven, in fact, that sponsoring you is not a mistake."
Thank you for your gracious words. I'm extremely happy to hear them,
Mm-hmm.
especially for you having to put out your own neck for such a lower class or lower vampire like myself.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Whew.
So, with that in mind, you as he returned to his car, he goes to the trunk and retrieves from it an old book, dusty, and takes it around and hands it to you. To which he responds, "Here, it's from the library. Contains a whole slew of various rituals. Something to perhaps further your education with."
Thank you very much. I'm extremely gracious that you would do this for me. Thank you.
All right, so let's take a step back out of character for a second here.
Yep.
Are you aware of ritual learning rules?
Not for the learning roles.
All right. Well, there's no roles.
Oh, not
if
for
you
learning.
have the ritual source.
Ah.
It's just a simple matter of basically taking enough nights off to learn it.
Okie
dokie. So I think the level 1 rituals you can literally learn in one night.
And then the more nights per level.
Yeah, I think it's it's a week for a level 2 ritual, month for level 3, season for level 4, 3 months, and a year for level 5.
Whew. Gonna take a while then. But definitely have a couple in mind to look at.
Yeah. So you'll potentially have access to several new rituals you'll be able to learn. You haven't been able to do that yet, obviously, but yeah. All right.
Is there a possibility to increase the mentor value with him for managing to pass?
Yeah, you passed, and as a result, your mentor value will increase to 2.
Whew. Even better.
Yeah. So you've upgraded slightly. Your mentor is now more willing to help you out.
Actually, acknowledge me that little bit more.
So that's good. You did well.
although a polite question to him. For people like us, does he know of a good way to get lots of blood for training in the blood magic? As we do have to burn through a lot more than, say, your average vampire.
Mm-hmm.
If he knows of any particular place or way.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Does he know of any specific way or place of gaining more blood for our blood magic and so on and so forth?
So, hunting grounds?
Just if he knows of any other places that may assist.
Alright, hang on, I have to roll for him.
Wow.
Alright, phenomenal successes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, alright. Wish that happened to all of us. Alright.
Huh.
Congratulations. He's going to tell you about a 3-dot medicine asset who runs a blood bank in West Queen West. And he gives you some dirt on him.
Wow.
Pictures of him selling blood. And a few other things. He was originally being potentially investigated for being a Masquerade violation. But it seems like he understands the need for discretion. But you could potentially, probably, leverage yourself into him.
Take him under my own wing, so to say.
Mm-hmm. He's too far away to be of particular interest to a bass, but perhaps more so useful to you.
With the greatest gratitude I can possibly give him, I thank him immensely, 10,000 times over.
Yeah. I'm just like, alright, how much does he know? Intelligence streetwise. He has a streetwise of 2. How the fuck does this happen?
Yeah, well, I know.
Right? Like, what? Jesus, alright. Mm-hmm.
Oh, was that for me to do in Streetwise?
Sorry, what?
Oh, was that for me to do? Or
No.
was that him?
I was saying that was a bass's roll.
Wow.
Alright, apparently the answer is, you should be rolling things you're bad at today, guys. You do the best then.
Yeah. Huh.
So everything.
Dice doesn't feel.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, goodness. Well then, other than finding a little hole for me to hide in, I'll go and see this new medical asset as well later on.
There's some potential there. Alright, so the rest of you casually glance out the window as for a second time tonight, a car drives down your little back street. You know. This time Gambit gets out of the car.
Looking rather healthy and still alive.
Mm-hmm. Carrying, what appears to be a USB drive full of files and an old grimoire. As he wanders inside looking alright. Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly enough, I do have one in computers. I can turn it on.
No, that's like operating a freaking thing, a computer.
Oh goodness.
Mm. I know Google Foo. Alright. Yeah, so. Alright. Yeah, this one man, interestingly enough, also may potentially count as several dots of herd, so.
Even better.
There's a lot to do. I mean, I dare say I risk making the entire session about Gambit, but
It's okay. I'll put mine on hold for a moment, and if you do the others.
alright, well, in that case, if the rest of you would like to actually do something this session.
Well, I start my night with meditating, and then I will hunt because I'm running low.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least meditation goes well. What was it again for hunting again?
Hunting is your choice of presence and manipulation, as well as persuasion.
I'll do persuasion.
Well, yeah, persuasion plus presence or manipulation.
Presence, persuasion. Was it right or?
Mm-hmm. Alright, you managed to scrounge together 2 blood.
Decent enough for tonight then.
Mm.
I think I'd like to teach Trixie some more stuff about being a vampire.
I'm gonna try and help her hunt.
Don't really know much else I can do at the moment. Besides, there's more assets to game, but I don't think we're going to be able to get them that soon.
Well, never know unless you try.
I'll get a wolf first then.
Yeah,
Mm.
you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I do know about a 4-dot expression, a 5-dot craft cooking person.
Alright. So. Ugh. So, with that in mind, what do you want to do, Domino?
Look for another asset.
Alright. I need to open up Damnation City for this real quick. Alright. Alright. God, I always forget how laggy this book is. It's fucking massive. And full of images.
There's an OS for looking up stuff.
Mm. Alright. Because I forget what the searching neighborhoods role is for this.
Needless to say, I think I might make my streetwise asset help me in this, because I don't have streetwise.
Yeah. Intelligence plus politics, dexterity plus stealth, and wits plus empathy.
Okay, would you mind repeating those to me, like, after I've done the first rule?
No, it's your choice.
Oh, would you please repeat them, please?
Intelligence, politics, dexterity, stealth, wits, empathy.
I'll go for wits empathy.
Oh.
And I'll spend the willpower. So that's 3 more dice, right?
Yep.
Of course.
A success.
Bravo.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Oh no, wait. Hang on, you're running around an area talking to people, aren't you?
Yes.
Which means I need to bring out the neighborhood status chart. You rolled the wrong number of dice, didn't you?
Oh no.
Wary. Oh no, you get 3 extra dice for being social.
Oh.
Right. There's a second success.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you're interacting with the neighborhood.
In the correct way as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start changing that to be manipulation instead of wits, though. Because that's supposed to represent talking to people. And we already have intelligence politics, so...
Feel free to count this as manipulation, because they're both the same for me.
I'm still waiting for that extra roll to end up throwing 10s like crazy. Yeah. Alright.
I have a specialty emotions, but I don't think it applies here.
Nope. Anyway. But, yeah, no. Everyone's paranoid and gossipy. And all too willing to, rat out anyone they think is... potentially doing things you could blackmail them for. Alright, you get a potential lead.
That's a start.
It'll take a little more investigating, though.
Understandable.
But, rumors have it the food inspector's been taking bribes. Or not food inspector, health inspector.
That's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Be really handy to have money.
Speaking of money. Would it be at all possible? I mean, is he done, or can I start doing stuff? There's a silence.
No, you're free to step up next.
Okay, well, speaking of money, I think this would be a good time for me to get a job, as to say. I want to buy some property in West Queen West before it expires, but for that I need income.
Yeah. You're gonna need to get a job. Alright. Well, I guess we start then, with intelligence streetwise.
What intelligence?
Yeah.
To rolling 2 attributes? Okay.
No. Not unless streetwise is an attribute.
You said what intelligence?
Did I?
I heard streetwise.
Okay, then I must have streetwise intelligence.
Yep.
Okay. I will use a willpower because that is not that good. Probably should have asked someone else to find me a job, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Mm. Jobs are hard to come by, you know. The entire region might as well have been in a recession for a while. Even the nightclubs don't need any bouncers.
In that case, can I cut my losses and instead better the neighborhood, or is this my action spent for the night?
That's your action spent for the night.
Okay, that's fine.
Unfortunately, as anyone here who has had to look for a job can tell you, it's not something you can get done in a few minutes or hour. Mm-hmm.
That is fine.
So. Yeah, Gambit, please help find job. Alright, Voron. You meditated and hunted.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I take it that Trixie will be at my place while Domino's doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So then I guess I will teach her things then.
Right. Teach the young Trixie. Roll intelligence academics. Alright.
Well, I guess I'm a good teacher.
Mm-hmm. Well, we ascertained that last time. And, you know, you've worked with her and you've taught her, probably enough. And, you know, before the end of the night, she actually ends up sneaking out. For a little while, you start to get worried. But before too long, she comes home proudly, shouting that, she did it. She did it on her own.
Well, good girl. Very valuable skill.
You're not entirely certain if she was quite ready to go out and, you know, hunt on her own. There's, you know, blood still around her lips. She's not exactly the cleanest eater.
I'll grab a napkin and just tidy her up and warn her that she needs to be a bit more careful about this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
As I just pat her on the head for being a good girl.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, with that in mind, if elemental anything else bad for me, yeah, swords went well for you. Questionably. It's too much blood, yeah. And too much willpower. Speaking of which, Gambit, would you like to hunt?
Surprisingly, yeah. You wouldn't believe why. I am literally at the place where I couldn't care less where. I really just need blood.
No. Feel free to hunt then.
First of all, just double check with the party. Where shall I stick with Requiem West? Is that still the dumpster zone?
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
I take silence as a yes. I will do that then. Ba-ba-bum. And my hunting is manipulation persuasion.
Alright.
I will attempt to seduce somebody to take their blood. Is the hope.
Okay.
In West Queen West, is that still a minus or a plus there?
It's -2.
Okie dokie, so with the plus of seduction, just a -1.
Mm-hmm.
Wunderbar. Who do I suggest? Oh, just one. It's okay.
Mm.
Is that just the one blood point?
Yep, just 1 blood point.
Very fair. It's something.
Yep. You're getting something. Mm. Good. Ooh. So, with that in mind, we can move on to the next night, unless Voron has anything. Or no, wait, Voron, I guess Voron moved in for the night, yeah.
I was busy with Trixie all night.
Mm-hmm.
I might need to go for. Never mind.
Alright. So. With that in mind, I guess everyone subtract a blood point. We're on to the next night. And, what a night it shall be. Domino, you've got a potential lead.
Mm-hmm.
And, Gambit has a very, very good something. Mm-hmm.
I feel like with all this meditation, like eventually Voron is gonna like bundle up into a cocoon and come out as like an antediluvian or something. Like
That would be something.
you're just gonna transcend reality and unlock unlimited power.
Hmm.
I just saw something that would work as my character, just having a moment.
Everyone else,
to complete.
I know, right? The rest of the party just engages in vices in downtime. You're just like a good boy meditating.
I mean, I just spent the first hour after waking up. I start my day with meditating, just putting everything on a row, and just making sure my day will go smoother because I know what's going.
Yeah.
Hey, Gambit.
Yellow.
I'd like to request if you could maybe help me in the future with like further investigations. In return, I'll help you out tonight if you want.
Most certainly. Anything for a close friend. Besides, you've already saved my ass numerous times already.
That is definitely mutual, friend.
Hmm.
Oop, just need to retract that. There we go. Shall we do the search for a job for you first?
I would enjoy that, yes.
Does that seems like the simpler?
The sooner
dare I
to get
say?
it done, the sooner I can start doing it.
Hmm.
Then, in that fact, would it be an intelligence streetwise to look for a job within our area that's decent and perfectly matched for him?
Mm-hmm.
And Cubba, because it's you, I will use my last will point for you.
Aw.
Mm. All right.
Just for you.
Just for you, jeez.
You really want to add lust to this roll. You really want that extra die.
Gambit, roll an extra die for me.
Um, dare I?
Yeah. Right. No, it's you're interacting with the region again.
Ah.
And Wary provides +1 to mental rolls.
Ah.
Mercy points for simply not being Gambit. Oof. It's okay. Happy thought. It'll be okay.
Very nice roll.
But, yeah. Doesn't take you too long to get up a whole slew of interviews lined up for him.
Nice.
Wow.
Before too long, everything from Repo Man to, nightclub bouncers open to you. All with just a slight overhaul of your resume.
Perfect. Is there anything else you require assistance with?
This is perfect. No thanks. If you need any more teenagers beat up, feel free to call.
Oh, the slight squint there.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So, Kaba.
Yes.
How good do you think you can interview?
Let's find out. Personally, like, low-key, I'd like to get the highest paying job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a little greedy, I know, but yeah.
It's fine. Alright. Well, in that case, roll for me presence persuasion.
Do I have any specialties? I have fast talk. Nope, that does not apply. Unless...
Nope.
No, it doesn't. Unless I miss. Obviously, willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Today is not my day.
Well, that's all right. You say as you head home. Maybe the interview tomorrow will, go better.
My dream job as a repo man. Flexible hours. Very lucrative pay.
Dash.
And I get...
Yep.
I guess there's bouncer tomorrow.
It's okay.
Mhm.
Secondary.
Oh yeah, I'm missing a 6 for a grand straight.
Yeah. 2 5s instead of 5 6. Oh well. Yeah, if you manage to get 1 through 7, all the failing numbers. Oof.
Failing in style.
At least you can't botch in this.
Yo, definitely. The amount of ones with.
Just like rolls a chance die, right? But yes.
Would it be okay if I did a little more hunting again in West Queen West?
It would be fine.
What? You know what? If you did do the will point for everyone other, I mean, like 1 XP to everyone other than me, I wouldn't blame you.
It's nearing 2.
Gambit. Have you been fucking with the laws of probability again?
I don't even know what to say.
How do you get...
Roll 4, get 6.
6 successes on 4 dice. So, I'm going to give you an option here. Do you want to go high risk, high reward, or low risk, low reward?
All I need is 5 to be full.
Not what I'm talking about.
Oh. Okay, I
You'll
will
get
go.
you'll get like 6 blood either way. It's fine. But high risk, high reward, or low risk, low reward. You might be able to get something more due to your exceptional successes.
I will confer with the party. Guys,
Might
what
as
do you
well
think?
go high and crash down real bad.
The crash which I'm not liking.
Well, you won't be alone. I'll be there.
Snake eyes, snake eyes, snake eyes.
I mean, you have 6 successes at the moment already on the board, so I'd say
Yeah, but it's
go
for something
for it,
special.
I lose.
You know what? I'll give it a go then. Go for the high then. Hope for the best.
Alright. Whilst wandering West Queen West, looking for fertile hunting grounds, you come across that blood bank you were told about. Out for midnight snack. The sign on the front door says. It could be quite the opportunity to sneak on in. Maybe retrieve some of the footage. And get all the blood you need.
Okie dokie. Damn. And I'm guessing anyone else in the party is currently busy, or are they available?
I've got fuck all to do.
I will send a text to the party just to ask if anyone's available to give me a hand for a lucrative deal, so to say, what this would be.
As you're doing so, you can't help but notice that the door's unlocked.
Curiosity, after sending the text, I will cautiously or almost sneakily walk in, just to see.
You walk in, and all you can hear is the dim hum of fluorescent lights. And a freezer motor, or refrigerator motor, somewhere in the back of the building.
Okie dokie. I will have a look around, see if I can find said CCTV box, computer, however it's set up. Sneakily.
Alright. And Vor.
Ron be babysitter.
Apparently.
I mean, I volunteer myself, so I don't mind.
Alright.
Tomorrow.
If I get a blood bag for it, I mean, I'd be more than happy with it.
Alright.
I'll take it tomorrow.
So, Gambit.
Yellow. And
You know, supposedly there's probably piles and piles of evidence, available.
what
Of
type
all of his,
investigation?
misdeeds. Whilst you grab a blood bag to chow down on, you can't help but, find his office computer, with the security camera CCTVs all hooked up.
I shall add that blood point. And intelligence computers. Let's have a
Yes,
look.
indeed. In a book. Not really.
It's okay. It's still a pass.
Yeah. You chew your way through obvious passwords and the like, and finally manage to guess into the system. Not exactly hacking, but does the trick.
Blood one.
And you plow through over the security camera footage. Wits investigation.
Okie dokie. Okay. These bipolar dice are really making it interesting.
Yeah. Alright, it doesn't take too long to search through the security footage. And you quickly download piles and piles of evidence. And just like the smart person you are, you send it back up to the cloud.
Definitely.
Alright. Before the others can even get there, however, it appears the man has returned from his lunch break. Nothing more than a slightly tall and disgruntled-looking redhead man who immediately sees you standing there confidently. And, he looks at you. And he says, "Oi, there's a sign on the door. What the hell are you doing in here?"
Good evening. I am Endabaz, and I'm willing to make a proposition with you.
Alright. Would you like to explain the situation he's in to him now?
Yes. After the state, yeah.
Alright. So you're not so good at this whole intimidation thing?
No.
You
Not at all.
literally have 0 dice?
Yep. Hence, I was treating it more as no matter what, you're fucked.
You could just stall until we arrive, right?
Well, you do have a fuckload of blackmail that would probably be enough to guarantee him 10 or more years in prison. So I'll give you 4 dice.
Into intimidation house. Yeah.
So your 0 becomes 4 at least.
Would it be persuasion?
No.
Or no, manipulation, sorry.
It doesn't matter. Presence and manipulation are the same.
Yeah.
But it would be manipulation. Yeah, you're right.
Okie dokie.
But who knows? With 4 dice, who knows what the fuck you pull out?
Yeah, but it's still something.
I said 4 dice.
Oh, sorry.
Try again. Remember, you don't have intimidation. Social minus 2.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Bipolar dice. It's okay.
And, yeah, he fucking laughs. And says, yeah. And you know what you've done? You've committed breaking and entering, theft, and he casually looks over at, the drained blood bag, and goes, and something tells me that you aren't exactly human. It would be a sure shame if everyone found out about it. At this point, Kappa walks in behind him.
Oh, thank God for that.
Remember what we established earlier this session? Threatening to break the Masquerade is not a good threat. Just saying.
He's threatened to reveal vampires. Lethal force has been authorized.
What's my suggestion?
Just walk in hearing him saying that last sentence, and that's just my immediate reply. I'm just like...
It's like, thank God you just said that bit at the end. Would have been really awkward if you didn't. Dear friend, this person here is, as you probably just heard, is threatening to say that I'm not quite human.
I would like to be very scary and make a veiled threat against him for saying he is about to break the Masquerade.
All right. Come on.
So
Make yourself a nice manipulation intimidation roll.
Intimidation.
I'll close my eyes just to make sure you don't affect me. Just in case.
Alright. Well, you've definitely shaken him. And he goes, alright, what do you want? You're obviously blackmailing me. What the hell are your terms?
That's okay, just after a couple of the blood bags every now and again that you're quite happily going to approve of. And to us only, that is. Just to make sure.
That might not be that good though. What if other vampires would have a stake in this?
The exclusivity is a little too much, but the first part sounds really good.
It was more the considering that it was the mentor that was planning on sending the hit squad, so to say, after him. Generally means that there's no one else involved.
Yeah.
normally if there was another vampire involved, they'd try and deal with it first before the elders get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why adding the exclusivity on top.
Mm-hmm. So you want exclusive and large tribute to be paid in blood.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a dejected sigh. And he accepts your terms.
Ah.
You will get a sizable supply of blood on a regular basis. Congratulations. Rather than taking this as an asset, you've taken this as a 3-dot herd.
Woohoo! I much prefer herd than the asset. Asset means people can steal it from you.
You can hear Domino crying in the background.
Yeah, really much. Very much true.
I'm so sorry. Remember, I didn't want to be a center of attention.
Yet you did end up in the
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Do I have enough time to show up for the second interview?
Yep.
Phew, that's good.
Okay, then I try what I did last time.
We believe in you, Cubba.
You
This
can
time
do it.
for a boring old bouncer position at a club.
Still high pay.
Part-time bouncer. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah. So, Domino, what would you like to do tonight?
It's probably a good idea to try to get a job as well, since I have 0 resources.
Mm-hmm. Your books are perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
It's a Thanos joke.
Oh.
I don't know, never actually watched the movie, I just make references.
Neither have I.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So,
I do good with talking, so... Do you mind repeating the rules, Cal?
sorry, the rules for what?
Finding a job.
Intelligence streetwise.
Can I use one of my assets?
You may.
Does that still require me to use intelligence?
Yep.
What did I expect?
The jobs found that your streetwise contact knows about are not suitable for you. Unfortunately. You're not
Probably
exactly
hate
sure how to
jobs.
cook meth, and you're not exactly sure how to, stave off a fight.
Dominate, my friend. But okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So, I will help tomorrow. Yeah. Gambit has to help everybody, apparently.
Can I spend some time hunting?
Yes, you may.
Going to the shitty place, is that still mine?
Or you could use, your hunting grounds at this point.
I don't have that.
Alright, you're the one without it, so. In that case, yes, carry on.
Is it just -2?
Mm-hmm.
And it was charisma / perception, presence, and trust. What does he skill?
It is presence or manipulation, your choice, and persuasion. Seduction applies.
Okay, so 6.
Alright. 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 Well, you scrounge up yourself 2 blood at the very minimum. How's that going for you today?
I've had worse days, I guess, but
Yeah. But, yeah, no, the luck is not in your favor.
true.
Hmm. Alright. So, with that in mind, what else does everyone have planned for the night?
If I have any time out reading books, so it's
Nope. It requires a full night. And you'll
So-
have to actually look up a ritual to learn, so.
then in that fact I'll just go to work. Making things look pretty.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, the next night rolls around. Subtract your blood. And, your phones ring. Come on. Your sire has, finally called back. It's been almost a week and a half. Kind of wondering when you were, going to get your demands to, perform corvée labor for the week.
So this is the Little Portugal sire, right? Or is this the
No, that's your grandsire.
So it's just my sire.
Yes.
Okay.
Just your sire.
Got it.
Alright.
I answer, greet him. What do you need done?
That's how you greet your sire?
No, that happened after I greeted my sire.
Fine. Alright. So yeah. Gualtar Batista. God, I'll never get good at pronouncing these names. Says, listen, I'm gonna need your guys' help.
What is the problem?
Oh, no problem. It's just a party's being thrown next week, and I need a whole lot of blood by Monday.
I see.
It's Saturday today, so, you know, it's no real surprise. He requests that the blood be delivered to the Great Hall.
Does he care about the form in which the blood is? Like, will the blood bags work?
Blood bags are fine, any real container will do, but he's looking for quantity.
Queen West is about to get screwed.
I see. In that case, I assume he tells us the quantity he needs. And it's up to us to find it.
Alright.
Question for this. When you're hunting all night, do you still get the extra dice for each hour?
That is each half hour.
Per defect.
So you have 10 hours of hunting to do.
So that's 20 extra dice.
Correct.
Are there any particular minuses?
No. Not really. The minuses will come after.
How much does he need?
As much as you can get.
Well, we have a neighborhood to bleed dry.
Yeah. He expects you to be hunting all night.
Well,
that is the service you get for the protection that you enjoy.
I'll just start off by doing that straight away. Fuck this.
Head over to the Tremere neighborhood. You could do that.
They'll just be really upset at you.
Yeah,
Once
you
they found out it
die,
was
but
you.
you can do it.
I mean, if you spend an entire night hunting, they're gonna find out. So it's 6 dice. That's 26 dice. Right, Cal?
Bravo.
I'm gonna grab one for myself.
Alright. So, you managed to store together 12 blood. Everyone else?
Same roll, I'm assuming? Or...
An entire night of hunting.
I was going to say, do you want to mix up the areas where we're hunting?
That would be wise.
So we're not literally lighting a fire in West Queen West.
Like, I low-key want to go to the Tremere place, but at the same time I feel like it's a really bad idea.
Yeah, I just imagine imminent death.
You guys have feeding grounds.
Yeah, but that's gonna, like...
That's
tiny.
gonna screw up our area.
Our feeding ground is a 2. My feeding ground is a 2. I think theirs are both 1s.
Yeah.
13 blood is like SWAT team's gonna get called.
I mean,
Yeah.
how long can we stay in the Tremere area without being called?
Who knows? Depends. Which one of you is the best at stealth?
I have 1 dot in stealth, and I have
Nobody.
My dex stealth is 4.
Trixie's probably better at this than us.
We're not
So-
gonna feed her to the Tremere.
Mhm.
We're feeding the tribute to her.
Not at this point.
Anyways, since
Mhm.
so we already hit West Queen West, so we have Trinity Bellwoods still up. It's a public hunting ground, but I mean, we're looking for bulk.
If it's alright, I'll go for Trinity Bellwood.
Yeah. Alright then.
What's the minuses for that one? Not
Minus
really
2.
been there. Okie dokie. So 23 then. And I will use seduce as well for manipulation, so 24.
Alright then.
8! Ah, that's a much more healthy number.
Alright, so far you've managed to collect 20 blood.
So what is the additional amount we add for hunting for 10 hours? Or
20
how-
dice.
20 dice, okay. So it'd be 6 plus 4.
Mhm.
Actually, I'd like to subtract 2 from that, just to add to my own.
Alright, then 18 blood. I mean, you don't necessarily have to show up with 50 blood, but the reality is if you don't show up with enough, well, you know.
Well, he's probably still gonna be very pissed if we end up like draining dry 3 like different domains.
It's
Yeah.
possible.
No matter what, he's going to be annoyed.
On the plus side, 1 XP if you do it correctly.
Mhm.
How much blood can you get from the herd asset? Is it just 1 a night? Or-
3 points.
On what type of like schedule is it? Is it like monthly, weekly?
Weekly. And actually, no, it's 2 times that value weekly, so 6 per week.
So we can just, if we don't get up to 50, we can just take some out from.
You'd at most be able to take 1 out though, unless he still has a
Oh, yeah,
stock built
true.
up. Which I mean, he
Mhm.
probably has a little bit of a stock.
Oh yeah, you
built
already
up.
ate 1 technically.
God damn it.
So I think trespassing on domain is probably a bad idea. So I think I will also hunt in Trinity Bellwoods. As
Alright.
far as what is the minus on that?
Minus 2.
Not too good.
7 successes. So you end up with 25 blood. Finally, it's Voron.
You can do it.
It was 20 for the entire night, right?
It's plus 20 for entire night. So it's your normal hunting plus 20 dice. Minus whatever region you were in.
So that's, I will eat 3 of that.
So that's 31.
Mm-hmm. No. Wait, how many did you take for yourself, Voron? 3. Oh, yeah. So, yeah,
I didn't
31.
set because that's easier for tracking.
Alright.
I needed blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. And also, where did you hunt?
I guess Weston.
All right. So, by the end of the night, the streets are barren. Police are scouring.
Yep.
Reports of assault, stalking, predators, you name it.
We fucked this up.
Police are out in force.
Yeah, I knew
You
this was going to happen.
you pull on up with various Tupperware containers and everything else filled with blood. Whatever you can get your hands on, and start bringing it up to the Great Hall. You knock, and Kaba, your grandsire, answers.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Virgilio says, you've brought the blood then.
I say yes, and I tell him how much we brought. 31.
Mm-hmm.
We spent all night hunting. That is how much we acquired.
Alright. Yeah, you continue to bring it in, and Virgilio looks up and down and says, "I assume that you unfortunately had to extract this from local sources."
Deepest regrets, sadly.
Tried to limit the damage to West Queen West and Trinity Bellwoods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Tremere would have liked me having a snoop around their territory for.
Alright. Alright. And he says, well, at least you managed to bring a decent amount of it. I'll inform my child of your success.
So, were we doing a favor for him, which was his task from his sire? Like, did he just
Quite
offset?
probably. He may have just offloaded stuff onto you guys.
Oh, fun.
Something called gravity.
As the old saying goes, shit goes downhill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Alright. So, let's go around the table and start looking for some lessons. Domino.
I generally don't think I didn't do all too much that could teach me lessons, but I guess mostly more stuff about assets, how they're useful, and they're more plentiful than I thought, and I should probably spend more time looking for them. The Assamites are also dicks, with their tests and stuff.
The Assamites. Oh no, there's internal divides and politics along clan lines, and
Who could have
internally.
imagined?
Yeah.
At least my clan is totally not divided. It totally is.
I'm even too scared of my own fucking clan at this point, so I don't even know. I don't know about Assamites. The only thing I know is that I'm not approaching the Toreador Primogen ever again and start a topic about herself.
Yep. Voron, how about you?
I'm making an excellent teacher apparently, and apparently hunting a full night apparently is a lot more successful than hunting an hour. That's for sure.
You don't say.
I just don't get the time to do it much because of other things.
I feel like we're just gonna spend the next week damage control.
Probably.
Yeah.
The region is dropping by like 3 levels. I'm just
Well,
assuming the
that's
blood is a -1.
something we'll be having to fix next week. Yeah. Besides that, I mean, I learned that I need to make sure that I have the clan book and also prepare myself a bit for the same ordeal Gambit has went through. So
Mm. And Kappa, what did you learn?
If you don't succeed, try again. I mean, just oh, I failed a night. Oh well, I'll be next night.
Exactly. You gotta not become dejected and depressed like Domino.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but the two situations aren't comparable whatsoever.
That's true.
But that doesn't mean that the lesson isn't useful.
Just means I get to be snarky towards you and be like, that's not comparable.
I'll
That's
write you a
not
letter
snark,
of
that's just your depression beating you again and again.
If you want, I'll write you a letter of frack. You can come work in my place. We'll probably earn some cash on the side for the referral too. Huh.
And this is how you fulfill your advice.
Yes.
Alright. Okay.
Oh, just to check, I've not done my lesson.
Gambit, yeah, lesson. Sorry, I'm distracted by a cat.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Trying to also take down some notes and not be entirely distracted by a cat.
Well, for
So,
me,
yeah.
it's a very simple one. Always, always, always rely on your teammates.
Because even your luck runs out eventually.
Yep. Because I know social and physical stats are not my thing. So I will always ask my teammates for help and assistance for when that pops up.
Mm-hmm.
And I do expect the return, so to say. So if anyone requires help with investigation or bits which I'm strong at, always, always ask. Because out of it, we've gone and got a herd which we can quite happily split between us all. Of 3, yeah, herd of 3 put towards our pools, and finally got the associate.
Yep. So, good job. And I think I have to agree at this point and hand everybody but Gambit a mercy point.
Yes. I completely and thoroughly agree with that.
Because Gambit, you were on fire this session. You gained, what, 4 background points effectively? Or merits, rather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely bipolar dice.
You had a hell of a night.
But again, couldn't have done it without everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see what damage we've caused this session, or will that be updated later?
I don't think I want to know.
No, I don't want to know.
Okay, I've been vetoed. Never mind.
It's just, it's terrible.
I want to sleep at night. You know, at least at night.
You don't need sleep, neither do I. It's totally fine.
My body is saying otherwise. I've been sleeping most of the weekends.
everywhere's on fire.
Yep. All right. So that's 5 XP for everyone except Gambit, who only gets 4, since you also completed your corvée labor, and we'll have to deal with the fallout of that. Your sires and stuff are less concerned, of course, with the damage. They have their herds and are well prepared to deal with the sudden downturn. In fact, they don't mind that the state of the region weakens for a little bit. They can pass that off as lingering effects from the prince's embargo on the region.
But for those of us who are slightly lower,
Well, turns out some things change when you become a vampire, but some things stay the same. The rich don't give a fuck about the poor. Fair enough. Alright. But with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful sleep.
One thing we forgot about virtues and vices.
Oh, shoot, right. I always forget about that. I've been doing, like, Vampire the Masquerade Basic for so long. Like, I've not properly integrated that into my end of session routine, you know?
It's fine.
I'm working on it. Alright. So, Voron. Patient as usual. Gambit, you were lusty.
yes,
You recover a point of willpower. You lusted after the blood bank. Doesn't have to be for a woman or a man.
You're not wrong.
Uh,
Oh goodness.
Domino, you showed incredible patience this session and tried your best. You even made some progress.
That's the first. What does that actually mean, though?
Full willpower?
Oh, sweet.
Cover, diligence, and greed. Well, unfortunately, you were both diligent and greedy this session, so I can only reward you with 1 willpower.
That's what I'm expected. Only fair.
Yeah.
I wasn't as diligent as last session, so it'd be...
Alright. So, with that, thank you everybody for watching. I've been your lovely host, Kelvin, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
folks.
Farewell.
Hey, good night, good afternoon.